Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again to the Jade Empire Closed Fist walkthrough. We've got a ton of dialogue to get through, and I will pick the commentary up right after.
Something's on your mind? Of course, I was just thinking about things. Gao richly deserved his death, but I'm not sure I ever really expected it to happen. 3 years. 3 long years of tracing these slavers to their master, only to find that there were more above him. Consolation lies in finding others who share my goals. I didn't expect to be lucky enough to find a friend in this place. Gao's slavers took my daughter, Pin Mei, and I was able to follow them. Fortunately, they didn't cover their tracks. I chased them down, trying to reach her. I was too late. Pin Mei was spirited, and I'm sure she fought them. I believe they decided she was too much trouble and killed her. 5 years old, and they ran her through. I found her dead by the roadside and stopped my pursuit. By the time I cared to continue my chase, the slavers were long gone. Is that what you're doing, chasing after your master without a thought for the others in your town? Yes, I've heard about the attack. I'm sorry, that wasn't fair. You're right, I could have saved myself 3 years if I just run those bastards down. But why dwell on this? Gao is dead, and perhaps Pin Mei has found some peace. That's what really matters. That and what we still have to accomplish. We'll talk about Gao later. We have much to do, and none of it'll be accomplished if we stand here hashing over the past. Always happy to help.
Yes? I'm a bit busy fiddling about with my thoughts. I found my way to Tien's Landing quite by accident. A very big accident. A few wealthy merchants lost some, property, and I almost lost my hat and my head. Gao the Greater heard about my inventions and bribed some officials to effect my release. I thought I had found a nice rich benefactor, but I was locked away in his lair. He gave me a nice workshop, but he really was a fool. I showed him my wind map. He didn't care where it led. He was only interested in his slaves. It shows where I've been, not where I'm going, I think. I made it on my journey to, here. But I don't quite remember where I was traveling from. Not good. It seems to me I left something, a clue for myself, but I'm not sure why I'd need to. I don't suppose you'd be interested in taking a short trip back the way I came? Steady now. We don't want to get where we're going and not be able to get back. Especially since we don't know where we won't be able to get back from. We need the inscrutable power source, which you need in order to get to the Imperial City anyway. If you get that, we can lift off wherever you want. Right. We will talk later. I'll just think up some new features for the dragonfly. Maybe mole talents for burrowing.
Yes? Is there something you want? I've said enough for the time being. The events that surround you cause me great concern. I want to see more of what is coming before I decide my next action.
Okay, so a bunch of backstory there for Sky, and then some sort of backstory for Kang as well. He doesn't really have a whole lot to say just because he doesn't really know much or remember much. Kang is a real weird character in this game. Um, I mean, obviously, as we progress a little bit more, his backstory will be a bit more revealed. But yeah, just to be honest, a real oddity, and unlike most of the rest of these companions. Let's see here. All right, we need to. I'm gonna save here. I think actually what we can do is actually activate another dialogue by saving and then reloading. Um, I probably could have like zoned. I guess zone is probably the closest word to a different area. Like maybe go into the tea house or something and then come back. But I thought that this was just probably a little bit faster. So again, what I'm going to do here is just save my game right here inside the camp, and then actually I should say I'm saving it right now, and then I'll just reload that game, and that'll actually trigger another sort of little event here between the different followers in the camp.
What do you want, Sky? You're watching me very closely and not with the eyes of a friend.
Nothing, nothing. I just wanted to know what it felt like to work for Death's Hand. That's right, isn't it? You're one of them?
I was. Do you seek an apology for their actions, or am I just the latest target in your search for vengeance? I have to disappoint you. I will not accept either role. That is probably the wisest course to take. A lonely one, but it will keep you safe.
Okay, so Zoo is being standoffish as always, and Sky is kind of interesting. He's not really, even in that little bit of dialogue there, he was just trying to get a little bit of information out of Zoo, but Zoo being the brick wall that he is, when he wants to be, is not willing to share anything with him. Anyways, but yeah, so there's a couple of little conversations like that. It's usually when new followers have joined the camp, where they'll have a little banter between each other, and sometimes it tells us a little bit about them. But anyways, all right, I'm gonna speak with this merchant here. This guy's pointless. He can't buy anything from him, so it's kind of just a waste of time, to be honest. What is this guy's name? Merchant something. Chew? Yeah, Chew.
Ah, I see the glint of intelligence, nobility, wisdom, consideration, and piety in your eye. A fine day to you. What can I sell you? I have the finest selection of seed. I carry excellent baskets, wonderful fishnets, and superb boat scrubbers. I have a cloak so warm it's like a weapon against the cold. I have a scrubber so good that it cleans like magic. I'm afraid I do not. Just a few years ago, you could find wind maps everywhere, although only the rich needed them with their airship racing. Recently, the wind maps have disappeared. I know that when the Emperor's men left Tien's Landing, they took all the wind maps with them. There are those who say, but it is not important. I have the finest... Konionuyu, kokiir tatasinan. Sun puno onuyusir taikunpa ibanano pir ni wonun. Woyakuptir, nishin warawair, akwiwo ofir, san kasoir wowos onuyuir.
All right, so that is that's kind of the result of handing the clay statue back to, and now I missed his name already. So I'm actually just gonna reload my game and not not do that. I don't want those open palm points. So we'll just reload. The other benefit to that quest is he actually does give you a discount on goods. Although, because of the way we're going to solve the dam, I don't think his goods ever show up. I could be wrong on that, but I mean, regardless, I hadn't planned on buying anything from him anyway. So yeah, Merchant Chung. Anyways. Alright, I'm trying to think of where we need to go next. I might, no, not Scholars. Yeah, maybe I will go visit Scholar 6-7's actually. We actually do have the second piece of the, or for the Zither of Discord quests. And, I can actually kind of, update that quest just a little bit here. So I suspect that's where I'm headed. Yeah, yep, for sure. Alright, so we'll chat with him a little bit. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to complete it quite yet because there is a third piece, but we'll continue this.
You're back? I wait to hear of your success. Yes, as I thought. These are the original strings, and the case seems untouched by age. Perfect. The bridge is missing, as I thought it would be. Since you have proven capable so far, I'd like you to acquire one more part. Bladed Thesis penned his last work in contemplation of the great southern forest. That is why the pieces are all here around Tien's Landing. If we can recover the last part of this zither, the bridge that would lift the strings off the case, then I will double the silver I was going to give you. Good. In his last work, Bladed Thesis wrote of the final test, and it taking place where wood met water and rock. The work talks of a test for followers of his philosophies. I suspect the reward is the final piece to his famous Zither of Discord. From studying the full text, it seems that it would be near a river in the great southern forest. There must be some structure that allowed him to stay there for some time. I expect the test to measure your conviction to the ideals of the way of the closed fist. Bladed Thesis would not let his instrument fall into anyone else's hands. You need to know something more? Go.
Alright, so we're handing over the two pieces that we've got. Again, unfortunately, there is a third piece that we'll have to get. I think that's in the woods. So we'll get that. Actually, it'll be a while yet before we end up going there. And then the last thing I'm going to do here is have a little chat with Rue. He is back from carting us off to the pirate fortress, and there's actually an opportunity for some closed fist points here. So I'm going to save my game. I always like to do that, before I talk to people. But anyways, all right. So we're going to finish Rue's business with us.
Aha! When I saw that airship flying off from the island, I figured the best thing was to come back here. I knew you'd come back and see me, because we're a team. And what a team! I dropped you off at the pirate camp, you killed some pirates, I got drunk, you killed more pirates, and I took a nap. We are an unstoppable team, my friend. Do you know that all this adventuring and such has shamed me? I find myself dwelling on memories of my youth. I was a capable man once. I've lost so much. I've wasted so much. Yes, you have put it very succinctly. I am a drunk. That seems all I am capable of. Even you, my partner in adventure, can see that. It is good that I know my limits. I am a drunkard, and that is what I shall remain for all my days. Thank you for putting everything in perspective.
God, feels so bad. He seems super jolly too, even when we're, kind of cutting him down. Like, nah, you're never going to amount to anything. You're going to keep being the drunkard that you've always been. He's like, yeah, Yeah, I'm a drunkard. Now I'm gonna continue to be one. Thanks for keeping that in perspective. Like, jeez, man. All right. Anyways, I think we're gonna head back to. I'm gonna guess head back to that camp. I'm just trying to think of what else we even really need to do in town right now. Yeah, actually, it does. We're definitely gonna head back to camp. I always take like probably the worst ways back to camp too. Like this is a super long way of running back. There's the funny thing is there's so many options to kind of get back that I
Please, leave me alone.
often forget what the fastest route is. Yeah, here we go. But yeah, all right. So we'll probably have a chat with a couple of followers here. Is what it's looking like. Make sure they're not tearing each other apart in here.
The marks of the Lotus assassins. You have covered some zoo, but left others plain.
I'm not ashamed of what I was. I disagree with what they became. Do even you judge me, Kang? You serve the enemy as well.
No, I serve my craft. I must build what I must build. If others misuse my creations, it isn't my concern.
And Gao the Greater would not have been as powerful as he was. It doesn't matter to me, but there are consequences to every action.
Something's on your mind? We were talking about Gao earlier, but now isn't really the time to finish that conversation. Give me a bit to digest what's happened, and then I promise to regale you with the story of how I found him. I only spent enough time in Tien's Landing to learn the location of Gao the Greater's stronghold. It's a nice enough place, though they're still adjusting to the flooding of the old town some years ago. Always happy to help.
Okay, so just a little disagreement, I guess, between Kang and Zhu, which I think is funny how Kang actually tries to defend himself. Like he's like, no, I'm just I'm a servant of my craft. Like I had no choice. I had to make these things because I'm basically an inventor. Which the reality is he still helped out Gao. So I mean, maybe he's got a little bit more of a leg to stand on than Zhu does. Although Zhu also does say that he didn't like what the Lotus assassins had become. Which I think there's a little more backstory. I don't know if it's him or if it's somebody else later, but I think the original intent of the Lotus assassins was indeed for something else. So again, we'll learn more on that later.
You have managed to survive. I suppose someone of your skill cannot be easily dissuaded. Not quite yet. There is much you do not know, and I may yet enlighten you for a price. You may call me Silk Fox. I apologize for my previous aggression, but I thought you were in league with an enemy of mine. I was clearly mistaken. Powerful forces are at work here. You are caught in great events that are beyond you. But I may have use for someone as impetuous as you. I do not seek a servant in you, although that much fire in a man's spirit is stimulating. I want nothing more than for you to continue your journey. You seek the old man who was taken from Two Rivers, correct? Of course you do. He was taken by Death's hand. I could tell you where his minions have gone. For a price. I've underestimated you once. I will not do so again. Attack me here and the local guards will have you in a noose. What I ask is very reasonable. Information for information. Tell me who he is. No idea? I saw your concern over the destruction of the village. Do not think to fool me. I will let you maintain this deception for now, just to see where it leads. But we share an enemy in Death's Hand. For that reason, I will help you. It would take a season to reach the Imperial City by land or water. Air is the only quick way, but you need a wind map. I know the location of one. Lord Yun governs much of the Great Southern Forest. He petitioned the Lotus assassins for a wind map so he could settle a trade disruption. Of course, that has earned him their attention in addition to whatever trouble is infesting his lands. I doubt he has time for charity, but you might try to find him. Do not presume familiarity with me. Our paths have crossed for a moment, but no more. I have matters of my own to attend. Remember, if you want to reach the Imperial City, you must go to the forest and get that map from Lord Yun. My path takes me elsewhere. If you actually reach the Imperial City, I will be impressed. Until then, I wish you luck. You are a surprising little peasant.
Okay, so there's our, I think technically our second encounter with Silk Fox, and she does direct us up towards the forest for the wind map. We've actually already got the dragonfly. The ruins will hold the power source, I believe. Yeah. Which is our next stop here. So yeah, we obviously got the key from Minister Sheng. And we'll head into the ruins here again. Now, this area is, I think it's a little bit, maybe a little bit smaller than the pirate fortress technically, but it's got a side quest in here too that I find at least a little bit annoying because we have to head all the way back to town, and then luckily though, we only have to make that trip, you know, once, and then it basically teleports us back into the ruins. So at least there is that. But all right, so I think we've got a fight almost right off the bat. So I'm gonna save here and beat some dudes down.
The search goes too slowly. We need more eyes and hands in these ruins. Listen well, my minions. Fan out and search behind every stone and under every rock. Somewhere in these ruins are gems. Very special gems. If you find one, bring it to me right away. If you fail me, your torment will be greater than any you have yet experienced. Now go! Lieutenant, you are in charge while I go up to the Great Dam and check on the sentry golems. If anyone tries to enter these ruins, kill them.
Of course, Dread One.
That to be my title, Dread One. I want other people to refer to me as that. But anyways, all right. So we've got a Lotus assassin here summons up a couple of rat demons. Actually, we don't have to fight those guys.
You have your orders. No one can enter.
Long swords, which is the bane of my existence. Getting hacked up. Then I miss. Feel bad, and I miss that again. Because the other guy body blocked me. Yeah, this is a lot of failing. Oh well. That's how it goes.
Heavenly wave.
I always
Heavenly wave.
even like that right there, that probably was a risky power strike to go for. Should have jumped behind him and then attempted it, but whatever. Every once in a while you get lucky. Alright, so this is the Gem of the Thief's Sense. It allows a bear to detect traps. I don't think I'm going to equip that. It's just another gem that I don't find all that useful. I mean, technically it could be because this game is on Grandmaster. It's a little bit on the brutal side, and you kind of don't want to take any extra damage outside of battle. But that being said, I mean, I'll probably just haul Dawnstar around as my follower the entire time, just because, you know, she can restore our magic, which is extremely useful. Here, oh, these are monkeys. I thought this was a rat demon back here, but that's not the case. The dragon powder is used in the next area with some rockets. And there, oh, is that a pile of bones there? Here's another pile. Just a little silver. Always useful. And then here's the spirit font down here. So we'll be able to restore our magic. Very nice. And let's head into the next area. I think this is where we'll fight, I think, a couple of the rat demons.
So why you have to...
So, yeah, not, you know, nothing special. It's nice, you know, in comparison to horse demons, which are just brutal.
Wait! Stop! You hit me none, okay? Okay. Rat Demon's friend. Rat Demon help you, yes? Rat Demon knows things, important things, and Rat Demon tells you if Rat Demon lives. Better question. Why should Demon trust you? But listen good now. Rat Demon knows lots of things. I knows hitting Rat Demon not good, hitting Rat Demon bad. I also knows that Rat Demons like the taste of ducks. If you got any ducks. You not like ducks? No ducks. But maybe you like gems. Rat Demon feels gem is very close. Rat Demon tells you where gem is, then you let Rat Demon live. Yes? Gem is hidden behind wall. Go down path and you see. Assassins got rockets set up. They're getting ready to blow up wall with rockets. Yes, yes, but rockets need dragon powder. Lotus assassins always got dragon powder handy. Good for blowing stuff up. Look around their camp and you find it. You get dragon powder and use rockets to blow up wall. When wall is gone, you look for gem. Gem is behind wall somewhere. You just search around. So simple, yes. Rat Demon help you. Now Rat Demon can go. Yes? You lied to Rat Demon. Shocked. Shocked. Rat Demon helps you and you still want to kill. You know better than Lotus assassins.
Alright, so this is an opportunity for some closed fist points there. And... oh, wow, 7 silver. That's really out of the way, and we only get 7 silver out of that. That's not impressive. Alright, yeah, we're getting pretty deep into Closed Fist now. This item here is the Cameo Portrait. This is actually an item that you can hand to an NPC in town. If I remember correctly, you don't get anything for it, though, which is a little unfortunate, but them's the breaks. Alright, so inside the schoolhouse here is 2 more rat demons. So we'll just take those down real quick. And then there is a little cutscene to it. Yeah, it should appear right. Oh, we're in the wrong spot. That's my bad. Yeah, these ruins are just so much easier to take down than those. It's really that damage. It's just that damage. They've got explode. They've got that projectile that's super nasty. Alright, so that's probably a random gem, and then some silver in that urn. And nope, backtrack. Alright, so let's pass through these gates here. And I thought there was the Anderson Silverstone. Looks like 3.
Who are you? How did you get in here?
Idiot! He's obviously a spy. Kill him! Heavenly Wade.
Obviously a spy. How am I obviously a spy? Who am I spying on? Of course they have long swords. Why would they have Splat.
Heavenly Wade.
Fail. Failing. And here surprised I'm going toe-to-toe with these guys so often with those power hits. I should be jumping behind them and then trying, you know, from behind, but whatever. Alright, anyways, here's the rockets. And you just have, as long as you've got the powder, you can fire the rockets in. Whoops, Stone Star standing right there. Hope she covered her ears. If not, my bad. Alright, so there's actually quite a bit of experience there. And alright, so we've got a headstone back here. Let's kick that down because respect for the dead is not something that we're interested in. Wow, just 1,000 souls. And we've got a rat demon back here behind this is actually spirits, so maybe not. Anyways, alright, there's a bamboo cask back here that sort of blocked by that torch. And I think that's it. Yeah, okay. Now, let's see what I decided to do here. I think I actually decided to do this fight. Yep, alright. So this is a real brief fight. Assassin takes off on this soldier, though.
These pathetic ghosts are becoming an annoyance. Ripping them apart was fun for a time, but now it's just work. I wish we were stationed at Gao's lair instead of here.
Good news. Inquisitor Lim wants us to bring the inscrutable power source to Gao's factory. Just change the command word on the dam sentry so we can go.
I just changed the command word to Xiaohua this morning. Do I have to change it again?
Inquisitor Lim wants the command word on those sentry golems changed before we deliver this power source. Are you going to be the one to tell him you couldn't be bothered?
You've made your point. Let's go. It'll be safer if we stick together. There are many dangers along the way to the dam.
Dangers? Like command words slipping into enemy hands?
Heavenly Wade.
Yeah, wow, that was okay. That was quick. I'm actually gonna not. Should say, I'm going to not continue on there. I'm gonna finish up a bunch of this stuff first.
I smell tasty children's here. Something strange about you. But I smells you the same. Come out now, children. Definitely children's here. But something wrong with them.
Why are you here? No one ever comes to the orphanage.
Are you here for us to hurt?
You can't touch us, living one. Once we lived in the orphanage, but when the waters came, we became what you see here. I am Bin, and this is Meow.
We're dead, big person. We're dead, and you can't hurt us anymore. But we can still hurt you.
Stop it, Meow. I don't like you hurting people. It's making you strange.
I don't care. I don't care. Someone has to pay. Someone has to pay for what happened to us. You don't care about us. Big people don't help us. They only want to hurt.
Just ignore her. She's gone strange because of what happened when the water came. We were locked in here, trapped in the orphanage with the rest of the children. As the water rose, we clawed at the door until our fingernails came off. Then we clawed at the window. When the water was too high, we clawed at each other. Then we stopped. Other children survived. Their families helped them and they lived. But nobody thought about the orphans. We had no families to watch out for us.
I should be a woman now with kids of my own. I should have a husband and a house. Instead, I have ashes and bones.
We're tired, Living One. We've been here for too many years. We just want to sleep, but we can't. Not until the mistakes of the past are undone.
See? Big people won't help us. They only like to hurt.
We have nothing of value, Living One. We are only spirits.
Can help me. Find the one who did this to us. Find kindly Yushin, the orphan master. Find him and kill him. Bring me his head!
No, Meow, that won't make you happy. That will just make you stranger. We have to figure out some way to rest. We must find peace.
We can't have peace, but we can have revenge. Kill kindly Yushin for me, big person. Kill him for abandoning us in the orphanage. Kill him for leaving our bones here to rot.
The bones. That's it. The orphan master must bury our bones. He left us to this. Only he can end it. If kindly Yushan comes here and buries our remains, we can finally rest. We can find peace for a time, at least. Maybe until the voice of the shepherd returns, so that we can find peace forever. Yushan spent his nights at the tea house. He would lock the orphanage when he left so we didn't get out and cause trouble in the town. He had the only key. I don't know where Yushan is now. When the flood came, I prayed he would save us. But he never showed up. Maybe he tried.
He never tried. He didn't care about us. Nobody cares about us. I bet he still goes out at night and drinks in the tea house. It's like we never existed. Yes, find him and kill him. Bring me kindly Yushin's head. Or bring him here and let me kill him.
No, please, Living One. There has been too much death. If you find him, just bring him here to bury our bones. Then we can finally rest.
Alright, so that's Bin and Meow, and wow, she messed me up. Yeah, wow, don't make her mad, I guess. Huh. Sharp gem, okay. Anyways, alright, so this is a little side quest here that, depending on how you decide to complete the ruins, and by that I mean depending on if you decide to flood the ruins or leave the dam open, you'll either need to, make sure that you take care of this quest right now. So specifically, if you're doing an open palm walkthrough, you want to definitely make sure that you take care of this side quest now, because once the ruins are flooded, you can't ever get back here. Now, that's actually not going to be an issue for me, but I'm going to go ahead and take care of this side quest now anyways, because why not? Yeah, we might as well. So, we're going to head back to the tea house, which unfortunately is going to be quite the trek, and we will retrieve kindly Yushin to make him pay for his dastardly crimes. Alright, anyways, yeah, so, Ben and Meow are two orphans that were killed, unfortunately, in the, when the ruins now flooded, so, we'll learn here, too, kindly Yushin's role in that tragedy, I guess, yeah, it's probably accurate. So yeah, this will be fun or horrible, however you want to look at that. Yeah, again, we're doing the feels bad playthrough, so this one isn't even the most egregious of, some of the culminations of these quests, but this one's pretty brutal too, so so you're in for a treat if you're into that sort of thing. But anyways, yeah, the ruins are kind of interesting. Like I said earlier, though, the good thing about going Closed Fist is you actually technically don't need to finish this side quest immediately. Yeah, you actually could smash the dam controls and come back later, but we're just gonna do it now. And here it looks like I'm gonna do some dialogue with some followers.
Something's on your mind? Yes, I'd welcome the chance. I never really answered your question about how I tracked Gao down. It's not that bad a story if you still want to hear it. I'll make you a deal. If you start to look bored, I'll throw in a Lotus assassin or two to spice things up. I lost the men who murdered my daughter, but there are other ways to track men besides following their footprints, something I know all too well. 8 years ago, when my wife passed away giving birth to Pin Mei, I decided to settle down. Before that, my life was less stable. You should have seen Pin Mei's mother fight. We met because we both like to operate outside the law. Not every girl likes pompous nobles or stuffy scholars. She and I saw eye to eye on many things, including living life to the fullest. You would have liked her if you'd met her, as long as she wasn't slipping through the upper window of your house to steal all your valuables. As I followed the trail of various slave trading rings, I started seeing connections. Strangely enough, all of them seemed tied to the Lotus assassins. Apparently not. They seemed to be aware of all of these slave rings, and yet they did nothing about them. I started drawing conclusions, and when I heard that Gao the Greater was dealing heavily with them, I started looking into him. By approaching it from the top down, assassins to Gao to slavers, I managed to piece together his involvement and learn the location of his base. I don't have the answer to that, though I'd very much like to know. If they support these slavers. My home was not far from Tien's Landing, so I'm certain that it was Gao's men who took my daughter. Meeting you and being given this chance to take the fight higher, I'm glad I chased that bastard down. I know. There's some peace in Gao's death, but not enough. People are still being taken as slaves, and much worse happening in this empire. I won't forget that.
Okay, yeah, so just a bit more of the backstory for Sky again. To be honest, I don't find him particularly fantastic of a character, but that's not to say that he's not. I should say I don't find him all that interesting. He probably is, but I don't know. He's a dude, so I'm kind of like meh. Now Dawnstar on the other hand, I'm all ears. What's going on? How can I help you? Alright, anyways, we're heading to the tea house, and Kindly Yushun is found upstairs in, I don't know, one of the corners, so we'll scare him out. Got some really, really brutal conversation options I think at one point you can tell him either you walk out with us or we'll drag you out kicking and screaming, something to that effect. So yeah, all right. Yaru, sorry I couldn't find you a wife. Not. All right, here he is.
Can't you just leave an old man in peace? Why do you care? That was a long time ago. Long, long ago. All I want is to forget those days. They're gone. Gone forever. I didn't. I wasn't even there. I was at the market buying food when the flood came. I ran back to the orphanage, but the water was too high. There was nothing I could do. The water kept rising. I had to flee. I came here with other survivors and settled this town. I tried to start a new life, but everywhere I go, I see little faces watching me. The better men might have saved them. Sometimes I wonder if I should have died with them. Your disgust is nothing compared to my own self-loathing. Sometimes I wonder if I would be better off as a spirit wandering the ruins instead of the broken shell I am now. No, not the orphanage. The ruins are haunted. The children will be waiting for me. No! You don't have to drag me. It is time. I must face the demons of my past. I must end this once and for all. I'll go with you and accept whatever fate awaits me.
Alright, with how that conversation started, I don't feel as bad now for dragging him back here. So he's like, can't you leave an old man in peace? No. No, I can't. Basically, why I'm here is to bother you. Because you're old. Alright, anyways. Yeah, we're gonna drag him back to Bin and Meow, and he can pay for his crimes with, spoiler alert, his life.
You live? All this time you were here, and I left you to this. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Saying sorry isn't enough. You must pay. Now I get to hurt you. Forever and ever.
No, Meow. Yushan was not brought here so you could make him suffer. He must bury our bones. Then we can finally rest.
Yes, it's time for this to end. I want you to know I'm sorry, Ben. I'm sorry for what happened to you. I'm sorry for what I did.
It's time, Yushin. Come with me. Now I get to hurt you, like you hurt us.
I wish you hadn't done that, Living One. Yushan's death will free us from this place, but I'm afraid of what will happen to us now. I'm afraid for Meow. Maybe I will be able to find her again, to help her. But I don't know. I have a feeling we will both be lost, Living One. Goodbye, forever.
I don't approve of this. That girl needed a friend. I could sense her spirit. You could have helped her.
Oh, Dawnstar, she didn't need a friend. She needed vengeance. Alright, we're out of time. As always, hope the guide was helpful and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.